PML fans and my PML brethren, it is your boy Is Nefarious, and I am here for a team report once again. My weekly team report. We're getting later into the season now, and it's time to start looking at if we're gonna be able to make it to the playoffs or not. I mean, if we win out, we finished 10-6 last season. 10-6 was good enough to get us into the playoffs. I'm not as sure or positive that it will help us this season. We've lost to a lot of playoff contending teams. So it might hurt us in the end. This past week we played the Colts. It was all Colts throughout most of the game, as you could see by the box score. He was up 20-10 through three quarters. I mean, he was up 30-10 through three quarters, and then in the fourth quarter, I was able to put up two scores to get me closer. The Colts had the ball with under 2.5 minutes left or something like that. After the 2-minute warning, it was third and medium, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 5, something like that. He ran I think he either ran it or ran a little drag or a little quick throw, or scrambled with his QB. I can't remember their exact play, but he ended up with a 4th and 1 in the end, and on his own 34, he went for it, 4th and 1. He kind of misread the rules because he should have punted there. There's some debate as to if it's sim or not sim. I know you've seen it. I think we've seen the Patriots do it before. But in a regular season game, I don't think they would go that drastic. But 4th and 1, he converted a nice little drag route to give him first down. And that was pretty much all she wrote. So as you can see, offensive yards gained, he had me. I had more rushing yards. Passing yards, he had me. First downs, he had me. He won the turnover battle, the 3rd down conversions, and as you can see, the 4th down conversion. And he definitely won the time of possession side of it by almost 10 minutes. No, I mean it's more than 10 minutes. 10 minutes and 8 seconds. So he definitely won that battle. As you can see, Patrick Mahomes was almost spotless. He had the one miscue, the interception. The starter, Kyle Shermer, had a couple interceptions. He was, excuse me. Excuse me, sorry. Allergies are killing me right now. As you can see, he was 6 for 19, 31 completion percentage, and a couple interceptions. One big pick 6 on a little curl route that I tried to hit quick on a 3rd and short. The slot corner was able to jump that route. In came Shea Patterson, and he went 4 for 5 for 133 yards, and that one incompletion was actually an interception where he tried to lead. He tried to hit a drag route with Trevon Grimes and missed through and left it too far ahead, and it went right into the safety's hands. But Patrick Mahomes was a starter, 122 rating, 290 yards, 2 TDs, and the 1 interception, and he only missed 5 passes on a day. As far as running backs, Max Borghi had a big touchdown run with only 10 seconds left in the end of the second. He kind of ran a 3-deep man, and I was able to maneuver through the defense and take it home with Max Borghi. He had 4 rushes, 80 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Alex Collins, the newcomer, 23 rushes, 95 yards for a 4.1 average and a touchdown. I mean, that's not great, but it's much better than what we were as far as against the run game. Bryce Love also had 11 touches, 53 yards, no touchdowns, but almost a 5 yards per carry average. Um, but yeah, the big story was the passing game. Odell Beckham Jr., 10 receptions, 197 yards, and a couple touchdowns. One thing I got to work on is, well, I already made the switch, is putting Jamel Dean on the strong side with the number one wide receiver instead of having him shadow the second option. It's happened in 2 straight games where the number one option had pretty much went off with no contest, not being contested. I think Jamel Dean will make it a little tougher. With his 96 speed and his good size, good man coverage, good zone coverage. So hopefully we could start holding the number one wide receivers down a little bit. I mean, Odell Beckham's Odell Beckham. But as you can see, 10 receptions, almost 200 yards and 2 touchdowns. Felton Davis finally showed up a little bit. 4 receptions, 90 yards. Wasn't able to find the end zone, though. Eno Benjamin, he liked to hit his running backs out of the backfield. I think Alex Collins even had a couple catches, but he liked the little out routes and the run after the catch. He averaged 4.3 yards after the catch each time, so he definitely liked to use the running backs, especially when he saw a cover 3. Which is a smart game plan. A.J. Brown had a couple catches for 40 yards. Philip Dorsett had the one big catch, and that's pretty much it for noteworthy. And there were no sacks in this. Oh no, 1 sack in this game for the offensive lineman on the Indy side. Let's take a look. Tackles. Harrison Smith has been great for me as far as against the run. I used him on one play and kind of gave up a touchdown on it, so that's not on him, but he's been great for me as far as coming up on a run and being able to use him to shadow short routes real quick before I drop back, which has helped the defense a ton. Jamel Dean playing his same ball. Josh Watson finally getting into it a little more. 6 tackles, 1 tackle for loss. Devin White, this is probably the first game where he didn't lead the team in tackles. Tackles for loss, Sean Lee, and then you got Tyquan Lewis. You got a few guys here. All were able to get into the backfield and get a tackle for loss. The 1 sack, Trey Flowers. Interceptions, we got Malcolm Brown, who had a huge one that with about 4 minutes left or 4.5 minutes left. He was driving. He would have minimum had a field goal. If that pass fell complete, he would have had a field goal. But it was a sack. It was kind of almost a sack. Hit him as he was throwing, and it went right into Malcolm Brown's hands. Malik Hooker had one. Rashawn Melvin and Brashad Breeland. I'm not quite sure. I think it was Brashad Breeland who had the touchdown, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he had the touchdown on a little curl route that I tried to hit quickly, and he took it all the way to the house. No fumbles on this one. Let's see who led in deflections, if anybody. A couple of his guys. Jamel Dean had a couple, and then Isaac Taylor Stewart had one. But yeah, that was the story of the game. Great game by the Colts. Great passing game. Knows when to check down. Knows when to take a risk. Hit Odell Beckham a lot. Odell destroyed me, as you can see. Almost 200 yards on 10 catches. Like I said, I already made the change to work on that. I'll take you in real quick. As you can see here, look at my corners. You got Taylor Stewart at number 1 and Jamel Dean, who's going to line up on the side of their number 1. And speaking of, I might make a little change here. Make that little change. Actually, we're going to change that back because I think everybody keeps their corners how they are instead of switching them up. So Felton Davis will always be on the lesser corner. Kyle Schumer, big decision. Had a terrible game. The confidence is really hurting right now. I think I'm gonna stick with him. I mean, I put so much work into him. 91 accuracy for short, medium accuracy 89, deep accuracy 83. I'm working on that throw under pressure. It's up to 78 now. I think he's got one more to go, so it'll be a 79 maxed out for this season, and then I'll work on that deep accuracy. Hopefully, I could get him up to 87, 88. But Kyle Shimmer's my guy. The Tom Brady body type, Tom Brady look. I'm gonna keep rolling with him. Uh, a tough game. I really need to get that confidence up. I'm gonna leave that on his confidence. He missed a few throws. As you see, Najee Harris. That's the team story this week. Najee Harris is not performing well. 45 confidence. After having a good season last season, he's hit a rough patch definitely this season, and I'm kind of spinning it off that it has to do with the selections within the draft of Sean Shivers and Max Borghi, and then the trade for Bryce Love. Even though I was pretty much looking for a compliment piece, it seems that they've come in and taken over, and Najee Harris has been the odd guy out so far. Hopefully he starts to perform. I don't want to trade him, but if he continues not to perform, there's really no need for me to carry him, especially with Max Borghi, who's got a star rating, and then Sean Shivers got a quick as well, and then you got Bryce Love, who's got a quick. I mean, the injuries are not good on Love, and Sean Shivers, it's alright injury. Najee Harris is definitely the most durable. But yeah, that's pretty much the story out of New England right now is Najee Harris. Well, when it pertains just to the team, it's Najee Harris, and hopefully getting him back up to speed. And he was a key part of my offense last season. This season, it's been Bryce Love so far. Let's see. Trying to think of anything else that I could go through. I do want to see Harrison Smith's number 22. I want to take that away from him. I was thinking about taking away from him and giving Najee Harris his number. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for the team report. Najee Harris is a story. He's not happy at this moment with the Pats. In the off season, if he doesn't turn it around and start to perform and gain some confidence, then in the off season he could be on the move. So any team looking for a running back, a power back that could run in between the tackles and has a little bit of speed, go ahead and slide in my DMs and we could talk about it. But that's going to do it for the team report. I'll be doing the league report next, and I'll have a special guest, so please tune in. And I'll see you guys in a few minutes, alright?